Hello you beautiful, beautiful people. Today we are jumping into the autumn season and the festive players for Series 3. We're going to be completing this week's FORZA HORIZON challenges of Blower Bentley, grabbing 5 points towards our playlist and 160 FORZA points to spend in the FORZA HORIZON shop. So if you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing so you can easily find your way back to the channel for more videos just like this one. Let's go for 300 likes on today's video, and without further ado, let's jump into this week's FORZA HORIZON challenges. I've had a few people asking how I'm getting 160 FORZA points for the weekly FORZA challenges when they're only receiving 80. You have to own the player house La Casa Solgera to double all FORZA points for all FORZA activities. Daily FORZA challenges, weekly FORZA challenges. It will even double the FORZA points for Horizon Arcade. The house is quite expensive at 1.5 million credits, or it is free if you have the VIP pass. Now unfortunately for this week's FORZA challenges, we are jumping in the Bentley Blower 4.5 litre supercharged, a very expensive car from the auto show. It will set you back 4 million credits. The only other way to get this car is through wheel spins, or if you try and pick up a bargain at the auction house. If you guys want to use my tune, just search my gamer tag Skippy at 4631. We're in S1 900, pushing out 1,270 horsepower. Share code for this tune 276791278. Now, as always, we will take a look at the FORZA shop and all the festival playlist rewards for this week's autumn season at the end of the video. But first, we'll go ahead and get this week's FORZA challenges Blower Bentley completed. Chapter 1. Boys Own. Own and drive the 1931 Bentley 4.5 litre supercharged, built by the Bentley boys to enable British racers to continue to get spectacular wins. Own and drive, then hop outside your player house or any festival site you may be at, drive 2 seconds down the road, and Boys Own completed. So with Chapter 1, Boys Own done and dusted, it is on to Chapter 2, Break the Record. The 4.5 litre 31 set several speed records in its time. Add another one to the list by earning a total of 9 stars at speed zones. Now for this chapter, head on into your map and filter by speed zones, making them a little bit easier to see and find. I'm going to be using the festival speed zone, and we're aiming for the 2-star objective of 85 miles an hour. Unfortunately, the Bentley 4.5 litre isn't quite capable of getting the 3-star objective of 110, but this is one of the shorter speed zones on the map, so should still make it fairly quick and fairly easy. Here we go then, fairly decent run up in the Bentley Blower. As much speed as we can going through the start camera, give us the best possible chance of getting that 2-star objective of 85 miles an hour. Through the camera at 104.11, that's 2 stars. Obviously we need 9, so we're going to have to run it 5 times. Whip the Bentley round, get the power on and back through the camera. As much speed as we can. We go in at 120 on the brakes, get it turned in, get the power back on. Luckily there's enough run to get 85. We do 92.42, that's another 2 stars. 3 more runs and that's this chapter complete. Here we go then, my 5th and final run for this chapter. We go in at 137 on the brakes, down to second. You can slightly cut this corner, back on the power and through it at 102.51. That is 2 stars towards our objective. There it is, break the record completed. And with Chapter 2, break the record completed, it's on to Chapter 3, Sweet Taste. Experience a moment of competitive glory when you win 3 road racing series events in the 4.5 litre 31. Once again, for this chapter, head on into your map, but this time filter by the road racing events. It can be a sprint or a circuit, doesn't matter, just has to be within the road racing series. I'm heading top left of the map to the Bahia de Plano circuit, where I have created a cheeky blueprint locked to the Bentley 4.5 litre. It's locked to average driver tires to make sure that we win these 3 road racing series events, as nobody really wants to race the 4.5 litre. Share code for this blueprint is 303328936. Here we go then, race number 1. Let's let it rip. We do need to get the win. That's why I've locked it to novice driver tires, not average driver tires, as I said a second ago. But we're going to send it down the inside on the first corner, on the brakes, into second. There it is, off into first place. All we've got to do now is win. Coming up to the finish line of the end of race number 1, across the line, first place. Coming up to the end of our third and final race for this chapter, across the line, first place. And there it is, Sweet Taste completed. And with chapter 3, Sweet Taste completed, it's on to our fourth and final chapter this week, Secret Agent. Feel like a secret agent and get behind the wheel of the 4.5 litre 31 and drive for a total of 100 miles. I kind of want that to be a typo and I kind of want that to be 10 miles, but I don't think it is. I think we're going to have to drive this thing for 100 miles. Now, as always, with these driving challenges for the weekly FORZAthon challenges, you can do them during races to earn credits and influence along the way. But the best place to get this done this week is going to have to be the motorway, as you can sustain the most amount of speed for the most amount of time. If you drive from the roundabout here all the way along to the roundabout at the end, that is 7 miles in total. 14 passes, roughly, of the motorway, and you'll have this chapter complete. Here we go then, 100 miles in the Bentley Blower 4.5 litre. Like I say, I'm going to do about 14 passes of the motorway backwards and forwards at the highest speed I can to try and get this complete as quickly as possible. Now, you don't have to do it all in one go. Obviously, you do have 7 days to get this done, but I think it's best just to get it out the way and over with. As we hit the 50-mile mark, the halfway point of our 100-mile drive, I want to give a massive shout out to all the channel members. James, Victor, BP Gaming, El Coyote, Ken, Assumed, Kevin, Marcel, Brandy, Pike Place, Bill, Smeet, Peter, Justin, Hardy, Rod, FH4 Player, Zeta, Pearl, Peter, Dragon, Terry, Stephen, Easy, and Owen. Thank you all so much for going that extra mile to support the channel. Something that's really awesome as well, we have hit 25 channel members here on the channel. That is absolutely insane. Thank you all so much. And after driving 100 miles in the 4.5 litre Bentley, that is chapter 4 Secret Agent completed. That generally took longer to do than it did the other 3 chapters. But that is this week's FORZAthon challenges. Blower Bentley completed. 160 FORZAthon points in the bank and 5 points towards our autumn storm seasons. Let's go ahead and take a look at this week's FORZAthon shop. First car for grabs is the 2008 Koenigsegg CCGT, 600 FORZAthon points. Not available at the auto show, but can be won through wheel spins and festival playlist events. I would say it's definitely worth picking this car up this week, even if it's an investment to sell it in the future. Second car for grabs, the Ford Supervan 3, 400 FORZAthon points. This car is available in the auto show for around 500,000 credits, can also be won through wheel spins. One clothing item, one car horn. We've got the red round shades for 75 FORZAthon points, and we've got the wah 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 car horn, again 75 FORZAthon points. One normal wheel spin for 80 FORZAthon points, and one super duper wheel spin for 300 FORZAthon points. All in all, it's a pretty good FORZAthon shop this week, but let's go ahead and take a look at this week's Festival Playlist rewards. Up first on the Autumn Festival Playlist for Series 3, for 25 points, we've got the Donkervoort GTO, a brand new car to Forza Horizon 5. And for 45 points, we've got the Toyota AT37, again, another new car for Forza Horizon 5. This week's online trial, Bahia, California, one super wheel spin. For the seasonal Playground Games Temple Runner, we've got the Lancer GSR 99. For the 3 PR stunts, we've got the normal 3 wheel spins up for grabs. For the Welcome to the Jungle Seasonal Championship, the Tiger Roar car horn. For the Seasonal Championship, Calm Before the Storm, we've got the beautiful Aerial Atom up for grabs. And then the final Seasonal Championship this week, Underground Overground, the Volkswagen Scirocco 2011. This week's Treasure Hunt Lucky Skills, 50,000 credits up for grabs. This week's Photo Challenge Perfect, we've got the Forza Link chat phrase, I'm in the zone. For this week's Horizon Open Challenge, we got a clothing item, white skinny jeans, and then the Eliminated Challenge this week, we've got a car horn of the Gong. So this week's festival playlist is looking pretty good. But as always, thank you so much for watching. If you are new, definitely consider subscribing. A like rating would be much appreciated. Any questions about the festival playlist or this week's Forza challenges of Blower Bentley, do hit me up in the comments. But stay safe and have an awesome day.